this one away. We'll see what he does. Shawnee seems prepared to kind of play the pooch here. It will be a good kick by Spiewak, and it will go out of bounds. It just kind of depends on where it went out of bounds. They're going to say it actually went over the pylon and through the end zone, so it will be a touchback as Spiewak gets the touchback. And the Wolves will again start at the 20-yard line. By the way, if y'all were wanting to watch on Facebook Live, we do appear to be up and running. So it should be good to go now if y'all want to go over to the Facebook Live page. If not, don't worry. We will still keep you covered right here on KGFF. It will be Shawnee football, 6:42 to go here in the first quarter of play. Wolves down 14-0. Two receivers to the right side, one receiver to the left side. Two backs in the backfield with Dietrich Beavers, the deep back behind Owens. Here's Owens looking to throw. Owens, he's going to fire this one up deep, and that pass is going to be intercepted. Nope, it's going to fall incomplete as Tristan Haynes could not come up with it, and there is a flag on the play. I believe they're going to get Haynes for pass interference. As it will be pass interference, so the Wolves get the benefit of the penalty there. As the Wolves will move up 15 yards to the 35 and have an automatic first down. So the Wolves move the chains with the penalty. The fans give the Wolves a good cheer right here. One receiver to the left side, two receivers to the right side, two backs in the backfield. Owens gets the snap. He's going to turn around, hand off to Beavers. Beavers trying to get to the edge. Beavers cuts it up, and Beavers is wrapped up and brought down, and he will have a short gain as that tackle was made by number 16. Actually saying it was number 10, Easton Harless, on the tackle. Gain of about 2 up to the 37, makes it 2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8. Wolves getting a new play call from the coaches, looking at their wristbands. Owens gets the snap. He'll turn around, hand it off to Beavers. Beavers met in the backfield immediately. He just ran out of room in a hurry as Caden Davis got back there, and number 33, Stephen Harris, got back there as well, and that will drop Beavers for a loss of about 4 back to the 38-yard line. Or excuse me, back to the 33-yard line. 3rd down and 12 now for Shawnee. 3 receivers to the right side, nobody to the left side except for a tight end. Beavers to the left as well. Now Beavers moving over to the right. Here's Owens looking to throw. Owens has time. He'll step up, fire this one across the middle, and that is going to be intercepted by number 23 for Carl Albert. That's Carlovon Young. And Young still going forward, and he is going to be taken down at the 38-yard line. Owens was looking for Delmone Miller in the middle of the field, and he was just, frankly, just blanketed up with good defense. Brian Stubbs got the tip, and then Young came down with the pick. So it will be Carl Albert football after that interception at midfield and the return down to the 37-yard line. First and 10 for Carl Albert. 2 receivers each side, 1 back in the backfield. Here's Sperry looking to throw. He'll just step up and run on a quarterback draw. Sperry with a lot of room to work. Sperry still on his feet, and he is tripped up and brought down by Dietrich Beavers down at the 19-yard line. So Kevin Sperry with the big run down to the 19 before he's brought down by Beavers. A gain of 18 on the play. 4:55 to go here in this first quarter of play. Shawnee down 14-0 to Carl Albert. 2 receivers each side, 1 back in the backfield. Here's Sperry looking to throw again. Sperry will roll out, still looking, finds his receiver. That's Washington. Washington trying to turn it up. Washington breaking tackles. Washington lowering his shoulder, reaching out, and trying to Washington. They will see where they mark him down. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Deshaw making the tackle. Washington got down to the 1. He found the soft spot in the Shawnee zone and just sat there. Sperry delivered a strike, and then Washington did the rest. So 1st and goal for Carl Albert from the 1-yard line. It looks like Carl Albert, well, no, they're going to keep Sperry out there. I thought they might go with that big formation that they like to run in these short yardage situations, but they're going to keep Sperry out there. Robinson to the right of him. 1 receiver each side. Sperry again looking to throw, and that pass is incomplete. That was intended for number 17, Cooper Brackage. Delmon Miller in coverage. Actually, number 12, Marcus James, the intended receiver, with Miller in coverage, and it falls incomplete. Another good ball, though, by Sperry. Put it only where James could try to catch that. 2nd and goal for the Titans from the 1-yard line. 1 receiver to each side, 1 tight end to each side as well. Here's Sperry. He's just going to run it up the middle with a little quarterback power. And Kevin Sperry Jr. into the end zone for the touchdown. That rushing touchdown by Sperry is his 3rd on the year. So Sperry with the score, and Carl Albert now up 20-0 with the extra point pending. 4:02 to go here in this first quarter of play. Spiewak on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Ethan Spiewak with the extra point makes it 21-0 in favor of the Titans with 4:02 to go here in this first quarter of play. Wolves needing to find some sort of an answer here. Honestly, at this point, I think a lot of people and even the Wolves coaches would be happy if they could just put together a few plays, maybe get a couple first downs, even if they eventually have to end up punting or turning the ball over, just kind of give this defense a chance to rest, because Carl Albert, they've had a short field the entire game, virtually the entire game outside of that opening drive, and this Shawnee defense has just been absolutely beaten up with the power that the Titans play with. It will be Carl Albert kicking off. Gonzalez will handle the kickoff here for the Titans. By the way, after that touchdown drive, Kevin Sperry, 5 of 8 passing, 72 yards to score. Also has 55 yards on the ground with 1 touchdown. Caleb Gonzalez with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Miller Beavers back deep to receive. The ref gives the okay, and now Gonzalez will approach the ball. He will boot this one away, and Miller will take it at about the 3. Miller trying to make something happen with it. Miller lowering his shoulder, and Miller dropped across the 25, though, up to about the 26-yard line. Decent return there by Delmo and Miller. Number 25 for the Titans. Christian Oku, I believe, was in on the tackle. First and 10 for Shawnee. Ball at the 26-yard line. This is the best starting field position that they have had. They've started at the 20, their other drives. Those ended in a punt and an interception. 2 receivers each side, 1 back in the backfield. Here's Owens looking to throw. Owens, a quick pass that's caught by Keno Citizen. Citizen is spun out of bounds. And it will be second down upcoming for Shawnee after a gain of about 3 or 4. They put the ball at the 31-yard line, so actually a gain of 5 on the play for 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Here's Owens looking to throw. Owens scrambling around. Oh, and then Owens is just planted immediately as he turned and he spun the wrong way as big number 64, A.J. Mason, 6'3", 265, got back there and just absolutely planted Jameer Owens, and that'll be a big loss on the play, and take what was 2nd down and 5, and I'll make it 3rd down and really long. So 3rd and long for Shawnee. There's a little screen pass trying to get it to Beavers, and that is going to be incomplete, and that will bring up now 4th down. So 4th down upcoming for Shawnee after that incomplete pass on the screen. Jameer Owens just had no chance to really deliver a good strike to Dietrich Beavers. Lance Williams set to kick the ball away for Shawnee. And there is the boot by Williams. A nice looking punt right there by Williams. It will be Haynes who takes it at about the 46-yard line. Haynes going over to the right side. Haynes now down the sideline. A lot of room to work. Makes the guy miss. And Haynes is finally brought down by Kevin Tyner. But a great return down to the 7-yard line. Showing why he's one of the best returners in the state, as he made a lot of good things happen there on that return, getting it all the way down to the Shawnee 7-yard line. That'll make it 1st and goal for the Titans. First and 10 for the Titans from the 7. Here's Sperry looking to throw, trying to get it to Washington, and Washington just dropped it. That one was put right in the breadbasket. Delmo Miller had decent coverage, but a perfect throw by Kevin Sperry, and Washington just let it bounce off his hands. It was Haynes, and he's their leading receiver coming into this game. 17 catches, 343 yards, averaging over 20 a catch, but unable to grab that one right there. Second down and goal upcoming now for Carl Albert. Ball at the 7-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Shawnee coming with a blitz. Handoff goes to Robinson, and Xavier Robinson finds the hole and gets into the end zone for the score. 7-yard touchdown run for Xavier Robinson, his 21st now on the season. 5 carries, 62 yards for Robinson, 2 touchdowns as well. The talent on this Carl Albert roster is just incredible. And it is now 28-0 here with 2:55 to go in this second quarter of play. Kick by Spiewak is up, and the extra point is good. So Ethan Spiewak with the extra point makes it 28-0 in favor of Carl Albert. And now we will see what the Wolves can do on offense. See if they can just find any sort of answer, any sort of drive, any ability to just kind of string this together, string a few plays together, just to give the defense a little bit of a rest. It's getting to the point in this game already where the big thing for Shawnee in this game, one, it's going to be to come out of this game healthy. But then also, it's to come out of this game and to still have confidence. That's going to be a big thing with this one, is just to keep your confidence coming out of this game. Next week's game, back here inside Crane Family Stadium next Friday, is against John Marshall. John Marshall comes into this week, and I don't know what they're doing right now, but John Marshall comes into this week 0-4 on the season. So a winnable game next week for the Wolves, as John Marshall has really struggled. But the Wolves need to make sure that they have the confidence to play against John Marshall, because that's going to be a big game for Shawnee to try to kind of get things back on track and string together, possibly get a win and start to maybe go on potentially a little bit of a run in district. Yeah, this is the first of 4 out of the next 5 games here at OBU's Crane Family Stadium this week and next week. Then they'll be down in Eisenhower in 3 weeks before coming back for 2 more. Spiewak again with the kickoff, and that one again goes into the end zone for another touchback. So 4 touchbacks for Carl Albert on their 4 kickoff attempts in this one. 1st and 10 for the Wolves, ball at the 20-yard line. .251 to go here in this first quarter of play. Wolves down right now 28-0 to the Titans. Two receivers coming out to each side. Pistol formation for Beavers behind Owens. Play clock running down. Play clock already down to 2. Shawnee needs to get the play off in time. They just do. Here's Owens. Owens having to scramble around, and Owens is just going to run. Going to be the biggest play of the game so far for Shawnee as they get across the 20-yard line. Nope. They're going to say Owens stepped out of bounds at the 19-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down now and 1. Or excuse me, the 29-yard line is where he stepped out. I thought he stepped out a little further down the field, but they're going to say it's a gain of just 9. Three receivers to the right side. 1 receiver to the left side. 1 back in the backfield. Here's Owens. He's just going to run that power. Owens trying to get to the right side. Owens is going to be buried and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Number 12, Marcus James, making the tackle. And it will be 3rd down and 1 now coming for Shawnee. Actually 3rd and 2 for Shawnee as Owens lost a yard back to the 28-yard line. Wolves showing that power formation that they like to run now with Owens getting the direct snap and going behind 2 big guys. Owens is going to lunge forward, and he will get the 1st down as he does get to the 30-yard line. He got just enough to move the chains, but Jameer Owens, a 2-yard run, and he will get the 1st down and keep this drive alive. That was a big 1st down right there because, if anything, it just gives the defense a little bit more of a chance to rest. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 receiver to the left side, fullback to the left. Beavers in the backfield. Beavers gets the handoff, goes up the middle, and Dietrich breaks a couple tackles, and a nice solid run right there by Dietrich Beavers. This is a good-looking drive here by Shawnee. Beavers stopped after a gain of 9 up to the 39-yard line. Second down and 1 coming up. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Beavers in the backfield. Going to get motioned out wide, and now Owens will fake that little screen pass. He'll go up the middle, and Owens will get the 1st down for now, but we do have a flag on the play. Warrior Squire had his helmet come off, and right now it's enough for the 1st. We'll see what the call is. It's going to back up Shawnee. It's going to be a holding penalty on the Wolves, so it'll go from the line of scrimmage. And it will back up Shawnee 10 yards. So holding penalty on Shawnee backs him up to the 29-yard line now. It'll stay 2nd down, but now instead of 2nd and 1, it's 2nd and 11. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's Owens. Owens a quick pass. That's going to be caught by Zyron Campbell. Campbell breaks a couple tackles, and Campbell just nowhere to go. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Honestly, had he not broken that 1st tackle and kind of spun out of it, he would have had more yards out of it, but he was only able to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Third down now and 11 for the Wolves offense. 2 receivers each side. Beavers to the left of Owens. Owens gets the snap. He's going to look to throw. Owens with time goes across the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Delmone Miller. And that one might have just been a bit out in front of Miller as he could not come down with that one. Miller looked like that might have also come on him a little hotter than he was expecting. That'll bring up 4th down, and the Shawnee punt team will come back out onto the field. Lance Williams set to punt the ball away. Tristan Haynes set to return the punt. And there's Williams, gets away the punt under some pressure. Ball will bounce, and it will take a decent Shawnee roll and be downed inside Carl Albert territory at the 38-yard line. So not a bad punt right there by Lance Williams to pin Carl Albert at the 38-yard line, and the Titans will take over right there with 1st and 10 at the 38. 10 seconds to go here in this first quarter. You got to think that this will likely be the last play of the quarter. 28-0 is the score in favor of Carl Albert. Two receivers each side, one back in the backfield. And we're going to have a timeout taken. Or no, not a timeout. We have a whistle here, though. Waiting for word from the official on what the call is. It came in from the official on the Shawnee side. They're going to move it over to the middle of the field. That's where it was down. So they're going to respot the ball. It'll stay at the 38. It'll just get moved from the near hash over to the middle of the field. Two receivers each side, one back in the backfield. It's Robinson back there with Sperry. Sperry gets the snap. Sperry going to try to dump this out to Robinson. Robinson makes the grab, and Robinson is run out of bounds. Nice gang tackle by the Wolves, and that will do it for the first quarter of play. At the end of one, Shawnee down, 28-0. I'll be back after this. This is Shawnee football here on 100.9 FM and 1450 AM. Classic Hits, KGFF.
Every day brings new possibilities. They could be simple, like making dinner plans with friends, or exciting, like starting a new side hustle, or maybe huge, like buying a new home. Whatever life brings your way, Arvest Bank's highly rated mobile apps give you control of your finances. Pay bills, manage your cards, send money, and more, all on your time. So say goodbye limits and hello possibilities with Arvest Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Pinecliff Printers, 1815 North Harrison, Suite 1, helps you make a great impression with all your printing needs. Business cards, brochures, banners, even rubber stamps and invoices. Pinecliff's experienced-friendly staff will be happy to assist you. Be sure to pick up your Shawnee Wolves football program at all home games. Proceeds benefit the Shawnee Quarterback Club. Pinecliff Printers, 275-7351. Making a great impression for you and a proud supporter of Shawnee Wolves football. Friend them on Facebook. Shawnee Wolves football is on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Welcome back to the Sovereign Bank broadcast booth here inside Crane Family Stadium on the campus of Oklahoma Baptist University as we get set to start this second quarter of play. It's all Carl Albert in this one, 28-0 here over the Wolves. I'm Chris Cox bringing you all the action tonight. My typical broadcast partner, Landon Green, recovering after a little procedure that he had yesterday. He has told me that he is doing well, and he's going to be back in the booth next week. So can't wait to have him back in the booth with me, calling a game by myself. It's not the easiest thing to do. Second and 8 for Carl Albert as we start this second quarter of play, and it's Sperry looking to throw. Sperry with time going down the middle of the field, delivers a bullet of a pass, and that is broken up. Deshaw breaking up that pass intended for Tristan Haynes. Haynes, we've talked about him. He's a really good receiver, a really good return man, but he is going to likely play defensive back at the college level, and I think you've kind of seen why. He's had a couple of passes that have been really good passes that have just kind of gone off his hands. Now, give Deshaw a lot of credit there. He helped break up that play by delivering a really good hit. But that's one that you would kind of expect a Division I receiver to get. But he will likely, again, be playing defensive back. Here's Sperry on a little option play, and Sperry gets into the open field, and Kevin Sperry showing off the wheels. He is gone, 10-5, touchdown, Carl Albert. Kevin Sperry with a 59-yard touchdown scamper for the Titans. Wow. I knew Sperry was a good runner. I honestly didn't know that he had that kind of speed. Everything that you read about him, you hear that he's more of a, when it comes to running, more of a Baker Mayfield type of runner, a strong runner, a smart runner, but not necessarily one of those runners that you would say can run away from you. But he was running away from some of the Shawnee defensive backs who we know have a lot of speed, as Sperry was able just to get up the field, find a hole, and go. Extra point by Spiewak up, and it is good. And with that extra point, it is now 35-0 in favor of Carl Albert. Whoo boy, 35-0 here in this one, as the Wolves are now just trying to find some sort of an answer. 11:44 to go here in the second quarter of play. The Wolves down now 35-0. Carl Albert scored on their under a minute on their first drive of the first quarter. Here in the second quarter, they were already partway in a drive, but it only took them 2 plays, and it took them 16 seconds to score. Wolves coming out onto the field, getting set to receive this kick. Jameer Owens and his center, Harvey Villa, over there talking with one of the Shawnee assistants on the sideline, I think talking with Gerard Reese, who's the quarterback's coach for the Wolves. It will be Gonzalez who has the ball teed up at the 40. Caleb Gonzalez and Ethan Spiewak have been alternating back and forth. On these kickoffs. And right now it will be Gonzalez taking his time, getting that ball teed up at the 40. Beavers, Miller, back deep to receive. There's the kick, and this one will be returnable. It'll actually be, is that Quentin Trapp trying to pick up the ball and run with it? Don't know what he was thinking right there. That's one that he needs to let Delmon Miller take. Carl Albert says they have the ball, but it will be Shawnee ball. Quentin Trapp was backing up and tried to take that, and he fielded, he muffed it, but he fielded it at the about the 3-yard line, and then was able to get it out to the 7, maybe the 8. Not a smart play right there by Trapp. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. Play clock's already running. They need to hurry up and get out there. As play clock running down to 10 already, Wolves not set. They will need to hurry. Owens not able to get the snap off. Oh, they let it go. Handoff goes to Beavers. Beavers trying to get to the edge. Beavers is going to be tracked down from behind. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got one before he was brought down by number 16, Caden Davis. Gain of 1 on the play. Makes it 2nd down now and 9. One receiver to the left side, 2 receivers to the right. One back in the backfield. It's Beavers, actually a fullback back there as well. Looks like it's Vereb who's back there at fullback. Here's Owens looking to throw, going across the middle, and that is going to be incomplete. Shawnee coaches, I think, looking for a flag there, as it looked like that Tristan Haynes might have had a hold of Delmon Miller's back, but no whistle, and that will bring up now 4th down for Shawnee. Owens now 3 of 8 passing, just 5 yards. Three receivers to the right side, 1 receiver to the left. Pistol formation. Here is Owens looking to throw. Owens trying to set up a screen. They do to Beavers. Beavers makes one guy miss. Beavers gets to the edge, and Dietrich Beavers down the sideline gets the 1st down. And he's bumped out of bounds by number 2, Ja'Kyrie Carter. But a nice play right there on the screen pass. A good run after catch by Dietrich Beavers to get the 1st down and keep the drive alive. Beavers gets the ball up to the 30-yard line. A really nice play for Beavers. Had to avoid a couple tackles before he was able to kind of get into the open field a little bit, and then was eventually forced out at the 30. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Beavers to the right of Owens. Owens gets the snap. It's a high snap. He's going to roll to his right. He'll set his feet. He'll just try to scramble and run, and Jameer just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he did. He did. He was brought down by number 77. Emerson Williams, no gain on the play. Williams lost his helmet. He'll have to come off for a play. No gain on the play, makes it second down, 10 to go. The down marker on the sideline has not been changed, but it is second down and 10 for the Wolves. Here is Owens. Owens looking to throw. Owens steps up. Owens now, he's going to scramble, and he'll get down and slide. And a nice little scramble and a good slide right there by Jameer Owens to get down at the 36-yard line and make it third down and manageable. Third down and about 4. And a smart slide as well, because Owens realized he was running out of space, and there were a lot of gray jerseys and red helmets getting set to crash on top of him. Third down, 4 to go for Shawnee. Ball at the 36-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Here's Owens looking to throw. Swings it out to Beavers again. Beavers trying to get up the field, and Dietrich got back to the line of scrimmage no more as he was wrapped up and brought down by Marcus James. James with the tackle, no gain on the play. Makes it fourth down now and 4. Shawnee keeping the offense out on the field. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Three receivers still to the right as they get a new play call from Shawnee head coach Jason Madonna. Owens gets the snap. He'll hand off to Beavers. Beavers goes up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets the first down, and moves the chains. A nice run right there by Dietrich Beavers as he will move the chains and keep this drive alive. Caden Davis with the tackle. As Beavers gets the ball up to the 44-yard line. A nice 8-yard run there by Dietrich to bring up first down and 10. 3 receivers to the right side again, 1 receiver to the left. Owens gets the snap and he's going to look to throw. Owens dumps it across the middle to Delmo Miller. Miller trying to race to the edge. Miller trying to get outside, and he's tracked down from behind. Tristan Haynes making the tackle. Also in on the tackle, number 10, Easton Harless. That ball will be spotted in Carl Albert territory for the first time here in this one as Shawnee has the ball at the 49-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Pistol formation with Beavers directly behind Owens. Owens gets the snap, hands off to Beavers. Beavers has to bounce off one guy and just fight to even lose a yard and get it to midfield. There was a Titan in the backfield almost immediately to meet Owens, and now we have a whistle as I believe Shawnee will be taking a timeout. Third down, ball at midfield. I'm going to take a timeout as well. 7:23 to go here in this second quarter. This is Shawnee football here on KGFF.
Experts say it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill, but you don't have to be a master to get started. At Gordon Cooper, our hands-on training gets you on the right track right now, with dozens of programs to fit your future. It takes hard work to turn a hobby into your hire, so get to it. Your success story is a lot closer than you think. Gordon Cooper, powered by Career Tech.
Hey there, local sports fans and community champions. Are you ready to show your true colors and support the Shawnee Wolves? Look no further than Sovereign Bank. When you bank with Sovereign, you're not just a customer, you're a teammate in the game of community success. Sovereign is not just cheering from the sidelines, they're in the huddle, backing every play, every victory. Your deposits with Sovereign directly fund dreams for Shawnee students. Switch to Sovereign Bank today and let's score big together. Sovereign Bank, proud sponsor of Shawnee Athletics. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Shawnee Wolves football is on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Welcome back to Crane Family Stadium here at the campus of Oklahoma Baptist University. It's Shawnee's temporary home for the year as Jim Thorpe is being rebuilt and due to the tornado that came through back in April. Third down, 4 to go, ball right at midfield. 2 receivers each side, 1 back in the backfield for the Wolves. Owens looking to get the snap. And we have a flag here as that will back Shawnee up 5 yards. So a pre-snap penalty, just the second penalty, I believe, on the Wolves here in this one, maybe the third. That'll back them up 5 yards. And put it back in back in Shawnee territory, at the 45-yard line. Makes it third down now and 9 at the 45. Beavers back in. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side. Beavers to the right of Owens. Owens gets the snap, looking to throw. Owens going across the middle of the field, and that is incomplete, and he took a hit in the process. That one was actually almost picked off by number 33, Stephen Harris, who just sat down right in Owens' passing lane and almost was able to pick that one off. But with that incompletion, it will be 4th down, and that'll bring on the Shawnee punt team once again. The wind has died down. This direction during warm-ups was the way that the Wolves are going, was the one that was going into the wind, but the wind has died down a bit. High snap, Williams picks it up, boots it away, end over end kick. It will bounce. It'll take a good Shawnee roll. It's going to be picked up by Haynes at about the 12-yard line. Haynes dancing around, going backwards now. Haynes finding a hole, and Haynes finding open field, and Haynes into the open field, and he's going to take it to the house. Wow. Tristan Haynes with the return on a punt that he wasn't even attempting to field. It just rolled and rolled, and then eventually it kind of rolled over toward him, and he picked it up, and he just showed off his speed and his ability to return kicks as he took that one to the house. Picking that up at about the 18-yard line, 17-yard line, and just actually the 13, I believe, and taking it all the way. So with that, the Wolves now down 41-0 with 6:51 remaining here in this second quarter. And the extra point up and in. So with that, it will be 42-0 now with 6:51 remaining here in this second quarter of play. $42-0 in favor of Carl Albert. $6:51 to go here in the third quarter. Or excuse me, the second quarter. I said the third quarter, but it's the second quarter. There's still a whole nother half to go. $6:51 remaining right now, and that kick return put Carl Albert up by a score of 42-0. Tristan Haynes now with a couple of big returns and then one going for a touchdown. That was an 87-yard kick return, by the way, for Tristan Haynes on that return. So Haynes now in the return game, 2 kick returns, 87 yards, and the 1 touchdown. He had another punt return that I thought was pretty good as well. I'll have to go back and look and see what he did there. Spiewak with the ball teed up. And he is set to boot this one away. It is a high kick. It'll be taken by Miller at about the 6-yard line. Miller that's Keno Citizen trying to get to the edge, and he is stuffed as he's brought down at about the 16-yard line. So an 11-yard return for Citizen. It'll be spotted at the 17, and Shawnee will take over there. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. I'll actually spot the ball at the 18-yard line, it looks like. So they'll give Keno 1 extra yard in the return game. First and 10 for the Wolves. Ball at the 18-yard line. Two receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. Beavers, the deep back. That play clock's down to 0 again. I don't know why they haven't thrown a delay of game flag. They're going to run the option here, and Jameer Owens will pitch it off to Beavers, and Beavers is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So Beavers stopped at the line of scrimmage. Makes it 2nd down now and 10 to go. .6:15 to go here in this second quarter of play. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side, 2 backs in the backfield. Here's Owens looking to throw. He's going to swing it out, gets it to Trapp. Trapp trying to turn the corner, and Quentin Trapp out of bounds, but he's going to have a first down up across the 30-yard line to about the 33. Those little swing passes have worked well for Shawnee tonight, and Trapp is able to break one right there. So ball spotted at the 34 for a first down. And Shawnee with a 1st and 10 now. Handoff goes to Beavers. Beavers a little stutter step trying to find somewhere to go, and he just has nowhere to go. As he got wrapped up and thrown down almost immediately by number 52, Brock Johnson. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for Shawnee. 2 receivers each side of the field. Beavers to the right of Owens. Owens gets the snap. He's going to look to throw. Has time. Goes across the middle to Beavers. Beavers bounces off one guy, and Dietrich goes forward for about 4 yards. Up to the 38-yard line. We have a flag on the play as well. Flag sitting at the 40 on the near side of the field. See what the whistle is as the officials are getting together to talk about it. As the officials are still talking about it. And they're going to pick up the flag, so no penalty. And it will be third down upcoming for Shawnee. 3rd and 6 with the ball at the 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side, 2 receivers to the right as well. Here's Owens looking to throw. Owens a quick pass. That pass is incomplete. Shawnee coach is looking for a flag intended for number 84, Darren Sheeter. Jakiri Carter looked like he might have gotten there a little early and kind of went through the back of Sheeter. No foul, though, as that'll be incomplete, and it'll make it 4th down now and 6. 4th and 6. Shawnee going to keep the offense out on the field. 4:42 remaining here in this second quarter of play. Shawnee down 42-0. Owens looking to throw. Dumps it off to Beavers, and Beavers wrapped up, brought down immediately at the 40-yard line, and he is going to be short of the line to gain. That'll be a turnover on downs, and it will be Carl Albert football. Stephen Harris, Marcus James, in on the tackle for the Titans, and the Titans will now take over at the 40 with 4:37 to go here in this second quarter. Two receivers to the right side, a tight end to the right side as well, one receiver to the left, one back in the backfield to the left of Sperry. There's the handoff, and it is I believe that's number 21, Robinson, and it is, and he gets down to the 35 before he's chopped down by Dietrich Beavers and Zyron Campbell. Gain of 5 on the play makes it 2nd down and 5 at the 35. Carl Albert taking their time. Two receivers to the left, tight end to the left, one receiver to the right. Robinson in the backfield with Sperry to his right. Handoff goes to Robinson. Robinson finds a big hole, and Robinson up the middle. Robinson hurdles a defender, and he is able to get into the end zone for a score. But we have a flag on the play, and I believe that this will be coming back. So Xavier Robinson taking it all the way to the end zone for the score, but it is not going to count, as there will be a holding penalty called on Carl Albert. I believe they got Easton Perkins with the hold. And they will mark that back from the 32-yard line, so it'll go back to the 42. Actually mark it all the way back at the 43-yard line. So at the 43-yard line is where Carl Albert will have it for 2nd down now and 13. 3:41 remaining here in this second quarter of play. One receiver each side, one tight end to the right as well. Handoff goes to Robinson. Robinson going right side, Robinson going up the middle, and Robinson gang tackled. Good job gang tackling there by the Wolves. As Jason Hare gets the tackle, Robinson down to the 39-yard line. Still in Shawnee territory, but it's 4th and relatively long now. Or excuse me, not 4th and long, it's 3rd and long at 3rd and 9. One receiver each side. One tight end to the right. Here's Sperry. He'll hand off to Robinson. Robinson going left side. Robinson bottled up, trying to bounce it to the outside. And he is going to be wrapped up and dropped for a loss. Knocked down to 4. Sperry gets the snap. He's going to look to throw. Sperry, he's going to fire this one deep. He has a receiver deep. Delmon Miller trying to get back there, and he's able to break up the pass in the end zone. Delmon Miller coming up with the play, and the Shawnee defense gets the stop. A good stand there by the Wolves, as they were able to get the turnover on downs. And that's something that is just really good for this Wolves defense, because it allows them to put on film a drive where they stopped Carl Albert, a drive where they did some good things. They made a tackle for loss. They broke up a pass play, and it really allows them to build some confidence, not just for the rest of this game, but going forward, knowing that, hey, we can stop Carl Albert, we can stop any team. And that's kind of what Shawnee can take away from that drive and getting the turnover on downs. And now we'll see if the offense can build on this momentum. 2:01 remaining here in the first half of play. 42-0 is the score. It will be Shawnee football, I believe, to start the half. No, yeah, it will be Shawnee football to start the second half as well. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Here is Owens. Owens dumps it off to Keno Citizen. Citizen turns it upfield. Citizen with the first down. And Keno breaking a couple tackles and is finally pushed out of bounds. But a nice run after catch right there by Keno Citizen as he gets down to the 40-yard line, and he's in Titan territory. First down for Shawnee. And the Wolves now with their best opportunity to score here in this game so far. This is the furthest they've been in Carl Albert territory. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Owens looking to throw. Owens with time. He's going to step up. He's going to scramble out to his right. And Jameer will just step out of bounds and pick up about 4. Nice scramble right there by Jameer Owens. Get what you can, get out of bounds, avoid the big hit, and that's what he did, getting down to the 36-yard line. Three receivers again to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Beavers to the left of Owens. Here's Jameer. He's going to roll out now to his left. He's going to set his feet, fire across the middle, and that pass is caught by Kevin Tyner. Tyner breaking a tackle, and Tyner is going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. Brought down from behind by Tristan Haynes. A great pass right there from Jameer Owens as he had to rifle that one in there to Tyner, and he did. Just delivered a beautiful pass, and Tyner, with the run after catch, gets down to the 14-yard line. Here is Owens. Owens has that one fall incomplete. And that'll bring up second down now from the 14-yard line. So second down upcoming. Owens with an empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and here's Owens. Owens across the middle, and that is going to be incomplete. Broken up by Carl Albert, Keno Citizen, the intended receiver.
Owens pass intended for number 4, Citizen, falls incomplete. Third down.
So third down upcoming. They have a timeout on the field. Timeout taken by the Wolves. I'll take it as well. 1:08 to go here in the second quarter. Shawnee down 42-0 here on KGFF.
Number 1 is to relax and have fun. Fire Lake Golf Course is the perfect place to soak up the outdoors with friends and family. Golf is a great way to challenge yourself no matter your age. There's no better feeling than when you hit a great shot or sink a long putt. Relax, have fun, and keep your eye on the ball at Fire Lake Golf Course. Book a tee time. Call 405-275-4471.
The Clinic Pharmacy has a rich history and tradition of working hard to improve the quality of your life since 1967. You can have your prescriptions filled and shop for baby apparel, plush toys, warmies, blankets, seasonal decor, plus gift wrapping is free. Friend them on Facebook to see information important to your everyday health and the best times to get your immunizations and boosters. We're not sure what happened with the horse? The Clinic Pharmacy, working hard to improve the quality of your life.
Shawnee Wolves football is on Classic Hits, KGFF.
A minute 8 to go here in this second quarter of play. Shawnee down 42-0 to the defending 5A state champion, Carl Albert Titans. A minute 8 to go here in the second. Third down, 10 upcoming for the Wolves. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Here's Owens, a bad snap. Owens is going to be bottled up, and Owens tries to shovel this one, and it is going to be, they're going to rule him down. Not a smart play there by Owens, as he actually didn't even have a receiver in the area. And so they will mark Owens down with the sack at the 25-yard line. So that'll bring up fourth down and long after the loss of 11 back to the 25-yard line. The snap was a little high, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary for Owens to handle. Kick is up, and that kick is going to be no good as Rhett Neese just missed it. And the Wolves unable to get on the board as Neese just couldn't get it to go. Again, he had the distance, and we've seen that from him before. He has the distance, just cannot get it to go. That was a 42-yard field goal attempt. And again, he's got the leg. We've seen that, but he just needs to work on that distance. And Neese being a junior, you got to think he'll work on that and get better next year. So those 40-yarders that he's been attempting this year that he's kind of struggled a bit with, but you got to think he'll get a little more consistent with it next year. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff goes to Robinson. Robinson goes up the middle. Robinson bouncing off guys, and Robinson finally brought down. Lance Williams on the tackle. DeMario Joyner in there as well. Robinson gets the ball up to the 30-yard line, makes it first down now and 10. So a first down. And that'll do it for the half as the Titans only ran the one play. And it will be Carl Albert 42, Shawnee 0 at the half, as the Wolves have just run into a buzzsaw that is the Carl Albert Titans. And we knew it was going to be tough for the Wolves in this one, and it has proven to be just that, as Carl Albert has been absolutely, as close to perfect as you can be today. Outside of a couple drop passes, they've been, and a turnover on downs, they've been nearly perfect and have kind of lived up to the billing that you expect whenever you're going to play a Carl Albert team, especially one with as much talent as these Titans have, with 6 guys holding big-time Division I offers, 5 in football, 1 in baseball, and they have a great kicker as well. Looking at some of those halftime numbers for you, first off, for the Titans, they have 164 yards on the ground, only 75 yards through the air, as they have had a few drops, which could have made those pass yards even a little more greater. Carl Albert, when they've faced third down, they've been pretty good, 3 of 4, 0 of 1, though, on fourth down, as Shawnee did get the 1 turnover on downs. 2 penalties for the Titans, 25 yards in penalties as well. Individually, Kevin Sperry Jr., the leading rusher for the Titans, 4 carries, 85 yards, 2 scores. Xavier Robinson, 9 carries, 75 yards, 2 scores. Kevin Sperry Jr., 6 of 12 passing, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. Trine Washington, leading receiver, 3 catches, 62 yards. Defensively for the Titans, it looks like, by my count at least, Emerson Williams is the leading receiver with the leading tackler with 4 tackles. Carl Vion Young, no tackles tonight, does have the 1 interception. Looking at the Shawnee numbers now, the Wolves, 17 yards on the ground, 96 yards through the air. 4 penalties, I should say, for 35 penalty yards. The Wolves, on third down, 2 of 13, 1 of 3 on fourth down. Looking at the individual numbers now for Shawnee, Dietrich Beavers, leading rusher, 10 carries, 21 yards. Jameer Owens, 11 of 20 passing, 96 yards, no touchdowns, does have the 1 interception. Dietrich Beavers, leading receiver, 4 catches, 27 yards. Keno Citizen, 2 catches for 24 yards. Delmon Miller, who's been the Shawnee big play receiver this season, he's been quiet, 1 catch, just 7 yards. Defensively for the Wolves, Deshaw, leading tackler, along with Dietrich Beavers, each with 4 by my count. So, again, at the half, the Shawnee Wolves trail the Carl Albert Titans by a score of 42-0. I'm going to take a timeout. When I come back, I will have I'll send it actually back to the guys in the studio for our halftime show. This is Shawnee football here on 100.9 FM and 1450 AM, Classic Hits, KGFF.
Harrison Discount Pharmacy opened its doors in 1986. David Nicholas and his friendly staff have been serving Shawnee residents with quick refills plus handling transfer prescriptions with ease. Medicare billing can be complicated. Don't stress. The Harrison Discount Pharmacy staff are experienced in all aspects of billing. Enjoy competitive pricing, flu shots, and local delivery. Call on your prescription 24/7 to 405-273-9906.
Aquamation, Oklahoma's first and only advanced green technology in water-based pet cremation. It's the mission of Pause to Remember, to provide caring, loving, and compassionate services to our families experiencing the loss of a beloved pet. When it's time to cross that rainbow bridge, Pause to Remember can provide the services you need. Call them at 405-695-006 or stop in at 5106 North Harrison. Pause to Remember, a service of McEllier and Owens of Shawnee.
Shawnee Wolves football is on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Unable to move that ball. No idea what that was.
Indeed. Indeed. I mean, it just has not been Shawnee's night. It looks like Carl Albert has just pretty much taken the game by the horns and is not letting go.
A couple of drop passes, and they had, I think, 2 touchdowns called back because of penalties, which was unfortunate, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it could be 56 maybe instead of 42 here at the half. Well, we've got some time to fill here tonight and not much high school football to talk about. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more after this. You're listening to the Shawnee Wolves Halftime Report on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Fred's Tire and Battery is locally owned and proudly serves Shawnee and the surrounding area. With 2 locations, you get fast professional service. Fred's offers alignment, oil changes, and a complete line of batteries, all proudly made in the USA. Plus Firestone, Bridgestone, and Mastercraft tires. The next time you need service on your car or truck, be sure to stop in Fred's Tire and Battery. 2 convenient locations, 16 West Highland and 2533 North Harrison. Your one-stop, on-the-spot auto service headquarters.
Shop Fire Lake Foods, where loyalty pays off with Fire Lake's perks and paybacks. Every time you shop, you can earn points that you can redeem for groceries and gasoline at the Fire Lake Corner Store. It's our way of saying thank you for your loyalty, and we think you deserve nothing but the very best. So why wait? Sign up for perks and paybacks today at firelakefoods.com and start enjoying the rewards of loyalty. Fire Lake Discount Foods, where loyalty pays off.
Shawnee Wolves football is on Classic Hits, KGFF.
I'm Chris Cox on KGFF, and let's take a look at your news. Shawnee City Commission is set to gather for a special call meeting tomorrow, minus Ward 3 City Commissioner Travis Flood. Item 1 on the agenda, issued Wednesday, is acknowledgement of Flood's tendered resignation, which was 1 sentence long and dated September 26th. It said, effective immediately. He said in light of recent events and conversations with loved ones, he realized he needed to focus on the love and support of his family. In other business, a resolution will be considered to authorize the city to apply for an Oklahoma Dam Rehabilitation Grant from the Oklahoma Water Resources Board and the consideration of approval for the city to purchase 2 vehicles under the state contract price. Friday's special call meeting is set for 12:30 p.m. at the Commission Chambers at City Hall. Tecumseh is celebrating Frontier Days with many events set for this Saturday, September 30th. The annual highlight, the Frontier Days Parade, will begin at 10 a.m. on Saturday along Broadway, and it will go from First Baptist Church and continue to Maple Street, turning at the corner of the Farmer's Daughters Market. Sharon Stewart, Mayor Eddie Parker, Dr. Bob Evans, and Jimmy Jordan have been chosen as Grand Marshals of the 2023 parade because they have a history of hard work, dedication, and love for the city, according to the Frontier Days Committee. Many other Frontier Days events are slated for celebration on Saturday, including the Justin Tierney 5K run at 7 a.m., the American Legion Pancake Breakfast and Car Show, both beginning at 8 a.m., and there will be an art show from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at City Hall. For more information, visit tecumsehchamber.com.
Opened its doors in 1986, David Nicholas and his friendly staff have been serving Shawnee residents with quick refills plus handling transfer prescriptions with ease. Medicare billing can be complicated. Don't stress. The Harrison Discount Pharmacy staff are experienced in all aspects of billing. Enjoy competitive pricing, flu shots, and local delivery. Call in your prescription 24/7 to 405-273-9906.
Shawnee Wolves football is on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Welcome back inside Crane Family Stadium here at Oklahoma Baptist University, I should say, in Shawnee, as we get set to start this third quarter of play. The Wolves will get the ball to start the third, and we will see what kind of clock rules and clock management these officials go with here in this second half. Talking to the scoreboard and clock operators in the room next to us here inside the Sovereign Bank broadcast booth, it sounded like they might run at least a version of a hot clock where the clock runs and only stops in the event of, say, maybe a timeout or an injury, and then on change of possessions it might stop for a little bit, but then it'll get going a little bit sooner as well. So we'll see what they do with that and where things go from here. But right now it will be Caleb Gonzalez teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line for the Titans. He will be kicking from right to left to start this second half of play. Next week, the Wolves, they will be right back here inside Crane Family Stadium. They will be hosting John Marshall, a John Marshall team that coming into this weekend was 0-4. Not sure what they've done so far in this one. And that ball will bounce, and it'll actually bounce out of bounds. Delmon Miller, he let that one bounce. Actually, Keno Citizen let that one bounce. Oh, that is Miller. Expecting it to go into the end zone, and it didn't. It actually bounced back. He had a good little backspin on it, but it bounced out of bounds, and so it will be Shawnee football at the 35-yard line. So it will be Shawnee football. Ball spotted at the 35. And 1st and 10 for the Wolves from there. 1st and 10 for Shawnee. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side. And there is Dietrich Beavers. Actually, that's Quentin Trapp, who had nowhere to go. So Trapp nowhere to go with it. And it'll be a 2-yard loss, and it'll be 2nd down and 12. Shawnee letting the play clock kind of go a little bit. Here's a handoff to Beavers. Beavers going up the middle, and Dietrich is wrapped up. He got back to the line of scrimmage, no more. Tackle made by Easton Harless, and also number 12, Marcus James. 3rd down upcoming for Shawnee, 3rd and 12 at the 33-yard line after that no gain by Beavers. 2 receivers each side for the Wolves. Beavers to the right of Owens. Here's Owens looking to throw. 3-man rush. He'll step up. He'll fire this one deep, trying to hit Delmon Miller, and that is going to be intercepted. As Ja'Kyrie Carter tracked that one, playing center field back there, and was able to get the interception down to the 25-yard line. So the ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line for the Titans, and it will be 1st and 10 for Carl Albert right there. So 1st and 10 for Carl Albert, ball at the 25. As James has it. Or excuse me, it's Sperry back there. And he'll turn around, hand off to Robinson. Robinson up the middle. And Robinson is going to be gang tackled. Gain of about 3 up to the 28-yard line. Good job gang tackling by the Wolves. Ryan High in there to lead the way. Day Shaw also in on the tackle. Carl Albert looking over to the side to get the signals. Got to imagine a lot of these signals that these teams use would be similar with Coach Madonna coming from Mike Dunn's staff when he was actually at Dell City. Handoff goes to Robinson again. Robinson again up the middle, bouncing off guys and just leaning forward and fighting forward. Getting up to about the 34-yard line, 33-yard line. He'll be a couple yards shy of the line to gain. They mark him at the 34. 3rd down and 1. Carl Albert coming out with 1 receiver each side. Tight end and an H-back to the right side. Robinson to the right shoulder of Sperry. Sperry gets the snap, hands off to Robinson. Robinson goes up the middle, breaks a tackle, and Robinson doesn't get a lot, but he gets enough to move the chains. Number 16, Jaden Smith, in on the tackle for Shawnee. And Xavier Robinson's hurt. That's something you don't want to see, especially in a game like this where it's gotten a little out of hand. But Xavier Robinson right there, he's hurt now. He is up. He is walking off under his own power. He will lightly jog off the field, so it looks like he's okay. Might have just kind of gotten twisted up a little bit at the bottom of the pile. First down for the Titans. Clock runs now. 9:20 to go here in this third quarter. One receiver each side again. Running back, or excuse me, a tight end and an H-back to the right side. Here's Sperry. He's going to run the option. Sperry will keep it, and Sperry will be brought down by Ryan High and Lance Williams, but Sperry picks up about 8 on that option read. Sperry up to the 47-yard line with that carry. Makes it second down and 3. Here's Sperry looking to go, and there's a little pop pass that Haynes struggles with, but he's able to pick it back up, and he's tripped up, and I don't know if he got enough, as he's going to be a yard shy, and that'll bring up third down. And we have some extracurriculars going on as Shawnee Washington and Dietrich Beavers were going at it after the play, and the Shawnee coaches next to us not happy. And it looks like we should get a personal foul penalty here on Carl Albert. Washington just was still blocking Beavers and was pushing him all the way back toward the goal line. And it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Shawnee. They called unsportsmanlike on Shawnee. I am not sure what happened there and why that's against the Wolves. The officials aren't mic'd up, so you can't really get a good explanation, but wow. My word, no idea what. Wow. I have no idea why that's a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Shawnee, but apparently it is. Moves the ball to Shawnee territory. There's a pitch to Robinson, who is okay, and Robinson showing off the Jets, and Robinson into the end zone for the score. So Robinson with a touchdown. And he will put Carl Albert up now 48-0 with the extra point pending. Spiewak on to attempt the extra point. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So with the extra point, Spiewak makes it 49-0 in favor of Carl Albert. So with 7:59 to go here in the third quarter, it's 49-0 in favor of Carl Albert. As that scamper, by the way, by Robinson puts him over 100 yards. 13 carries, 135 yards, 3 touchdowns now for Robinson. That brings his yearly numbers to roughly just under 850 yards and 22 touchdowns on the year. And we're 6 games in. Robinson came into this game as the leading rusher in Oklahoma, and he is just adding to that number right now, although hasn't quite reached his season average. His season average is 142 yards a game. And he's at 135 right now. Sperry also just shy of 100 yards with 92 to go along with 2 touchdowns. Speedwhite getting the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. 7:59 to go here in this third quarter of play. And he'll put his foot into this one, and it will be Miller who will take it at about the 5. Miller trying to find a hole. Miller trying to see if he can reverse course. Miller is going to get into the open field, and Miller with a good return up to midfield, but this is going to be coming back as we're going to have an illegal blindside block by the Wolves. It was a really good return by Miller, and honestly, the flag, or the block that will be the flag, was away from the play. It just wasn't a necessary block to make. It was just a Wolf, I think, trying to get a little bit of frustration out on one of the Titans players, and the officials saw it, and they're going to mark him back with a personal foul and move it half the distance to the goal. So it will be half the distance to the goal. It'll back Shawnee up to the 10. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Shawnee at the 10-yard line. And it wipes out that big return by Delmone Miller. 1 receiver to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Handoff goes to Citizen. Citizen trying to get to the outside. Citizen is wrapped up, brought down. He is going to pick up about 2 on the play. Maybe give him 3. They do give him 3, and it'll be 2nd down now for the Wolves. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Citizen now will motion out. And here's Owens looking to throw. Owens across the middle, and that's going to be caught. A nice catch going to the ground. Number 84, Darren Sheeter. He's going to be just shy of the line to gain up to the 19-yard line. But a nice pass by Owens and a good catch by Sheeter, his first of the season. Sheeter getting the start tonight with Ejon Thomas out injured. Owens slowing things up, looking back over to the sideline to get a new call and a check from Coach Madonna. Now Owens will go under center. Owens trying to go to the right side. Owens lunging forward. And it's going to be close. The official on the near side had him at the 20. The official on the far side, who had a better angle of it, he's going to have him just shy. And it will be 4th down upcoming. Only gained about a half a yard there, so it's not going to be enough, and that'll bring up 4th down and 1, and Shawnee's going to come out with that big lineup that they run in these short yardage situations. A little bit of a different look to it here as we get a timeout. Or a whistle. And we'll have a flag as Shawnee had too many men in formation. It was an illegal substitution as number 66, Kendall Gillum, the sophomore offensive lineman, was out in formation when he didn't need to be. And that takes Shawnee from an opportunity to go for it on 4th down to now punting it away on 4th down. And Jameer Owens, as he comes out of this game, he's limping a little bit. It'll be something to watch going forward, see if he stays in the game, see if he is done for the night. And there's a punt by Williams. Not a good punt as it goes off the side of his foot. It does bounce and take a little bit of a Shawnee roll, but not a lot. And it'll be 1st and 10 now for Carl Albert with the ball at the 33-yard line. So they'll take over in Shawnee territory once again at the 33. Clock not moving yet. Now they get it going. Sperry gets the snap. Little shovel pass to James. James out into the open field, and James making a guy miss, and James trying to get to the end zone, and he does. And Carl Albert has put up 50-plus now on the Wolves as Sperry's little shovel pass goes for 33 yards and a touchdown. We have a flag on the play, and it will be on Carl Albert, so not a touchdown as they will take that off the board, and it will back them up, I think, with a holding penalty, 10 yards. It'll still be enough, though, for a first down as the ball will be moved to the 19-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 for Carl Albert, but at the 19, and it will still be first down. So 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 19 after the holding penalty. 3 receivers to the left, nobody to the right except for a tight end. One back in the backfield. High snap, Sperry. Hands off to number 16, that's Caden Davis, and Davis gets to the edge, and Davis scampers in for the score. So Davis, not quite as big as the big running back Xavier Robinson, but still really good size himself. The backup to Robinson, who's 6'2", 225, is Caden Davis, who's 6 foot 210. So not giving up a whole lot of size when Davis comes in, and he gets the 19-yard touchdown run right there. And now Carl Albert with 55 on the board and the extra point pending to make it 56, and it will be number 29 out there to kick, Caleb Gonzalez. Kick by Gonzalez is up, and it is good. $56-0 is the score in favor of Carl Albert, with 4:31 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Officials still not running the clock, still 4:31 to go. As you can hear the drum lines down on the sideline in front of the Shawnee fans. Carl Albert coming back out onto the field. Gonzalez with the ball teed up. And it will be Delmo Miller and Dietrich Beavers back deep to receive. Again, there have been some positives in this game to take out of this one. Shawnee, I think, has executed better than they did last week, and that's always a plus. Still got a little bit more time, though, here in this one. It'll bounce, and Miller will let it go and roll into the end zone as he just, on that kind of knuckleball kick, just couldn't get there in time to field it out of the air. He had to let it bounce, and then it kind of took a weird hop away from him. Instead of trying to field it, he just let it go, and it was a smart move by Miller, but it'll be another touchback, and Shawnee will start again at the 20-yard line. That's where Shawnee started most of their drives tonight, as Carl Albert's only had, I think, maybe 3 kicks that have been returnable. They've done a really good job, their 2 kickers, Spiewak and Gonzalez, of booting it into the end zone almost every time. The officials start running the clock, and they run it a little bit sooner now with 4:19 to go here in the third quarter of play. 56-0 the score in favor of Carl Albert. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 receiver to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Zyron Campbell in at quarterback for Shawnee. Keno Citizen gets the carry, and Citizen trying to make something happen into the open field. Citizen is going to be wrapped up, and Citizen picked up and slammed down. We should have a foul, but they're not going to throw a whistle there. They blew the play dead, it sounded like, and then the Carl Albert defender still picked him up and threw him down, but it'll be second down upcoming for Shawnee after that gain of 6. Up to the 26-yard line. Campbell in at quarterback. Zyron will turn around, hand off to Citizen. Citizen trying to stretch it out to the edge. He can't, and he is run out of bounds. That'll be a loss of a few yards. Brackage and on the tackle along with LeBron Royal. Loss of 2 back to the 24-yard line. Makes it third down now and 6. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side. Here's Campbell looking to throw. Campbell will scramble. Campbell will just dump this one out of bounds, and that'll be incomplete. Clock stays moving with that incomplete pass, which tells you the officials have given the okay to run this kind of modified hot clock, as we're under 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Shawnee coming out to punt the ball away once again. This will be the 6th punt upcoming for Lance Williams. He has a long of 42, but an average tonight of just 21.8. He's had a couple punts that have not been very good. Low snap, but he picks it up, and that's a good-looking punt right there by Williams. But we have a whistle. As they blow this dead, and Delmo Miller comes up shaking that left hand of his. He's in a lot of pain. They're saying the punter was ruled down. They didn't actually, they blew the play dead. They didn't stop it before. But they're saying Lance Williams was down when he fielded it. It was a low punt, and they're saying his knee hit the ground. Wow. I didn't see his knee go down. It'll be interesting to go back and look at it on film after this game, sometime tomorrow probably. But, man, it didn't look like his knee was down to me, but they're saying it was, and that's going to be a turnover on downs by the Wolves. Ferris in at quarterback for Carl Albert. He's going to hand the ball off, and that'll be a run inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line for number 23, Carl Vion Young. Young, 6'4", 205. So the big backs for Carl Albert just continue. Gain of 4 makes it second down now and 6. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cash Ferris hands off to Young, and Young is going to be wrapped up and brought down. Loss of 3 back to the 11-yard line. I believe that was number 16 for the Wolves who got back there, Jaden Smith. Third down upcoming now for Carl Albert. Shawnee seeing if they can force him into a 4th down decision here. Clock under a minute to go here in the third. Game clock down to 14. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left for Ferris. Ferris is going to run it on a little sprint out, and Ferris breaks the tackle. Ferris cuts it up the middle, and Ferris dives into the end zone for a Carl Albert touchdown. So Cash Ferris, the backup quarterback who's going to be going to OSU to play baseball, he sprinted into the end zone for the score. And with that, it is now 62-0 for Carl Albert. Wow. Extra point coming up here for Carl Albert as Gonzalez on to attempt the kick. A low snap. That's picked up, and that extra point is good. So Gonzalez gets the extra point to go, and it is now 63-0 in favor of the Titans with 29 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play. Just no answers in this one as the Wolves just cannot seem to do anything consistently. They've been able to do some good things here and there, and they've been able to put enough on tape that I think they can build off of this. Again, I said I think at the halftime they've played cleaner football than they played last week at McGinnis. The score doesn't necessarily show it, but they're playing a significantly better team than they played last week at McGinnis. And so, you know, Shawnee can look at some things that they've done and say, okay, yeah, we like what we did here, we like what we did there, and they can build off of those things going into the John Marshall game next week. Gonzalez on to kick the ball away for Carl Albert as a couple new receivers are back there for Shawnee. I believe that's number 29, Isaiah Carter on the near side, and then on the far side, can't tell who that is for the Wolves. I see a 1, but I can't see the other number. There is a high kick, and it will be Carter. He will let it bounce, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback. This is number 15 for Shawnee, who I actually don't have a number for. So it will be a touchback, and Shawnee will take over at the 20-yard line. They will presumably run one play, and then they will go to the fourth. Wolves break the huddle. They've started the clock, so we'll even see if they get this one play off as the game clock's already down to 10 seconds. I don't think they're going to get this one down. And they won't. So the Wolves will take this into the third quarter, or into the fourth quarter, as Shawnee trails 63-0 to the Carl Albert Titans. I'm going to take a break. When I come back, I'll have the fourth and final quarter for you. This is Shawnee Football here on Classic Hits KGFF.
The Clinic Pharmacy has a rich history and tradition of working hard to improve the quality of your life since 1967. You can have your prescriptions filled and shop for baby apparel, plush toys, warmies, blankets, seasonal decor, plus gift wrapping is free. Friend them on Facebook to see information important to your everyday health and the best times to get your immunizations and boosters. We're not sure what happened with the horse? The Clinic Pharmacy, working hard to improve the quality of your life.
So long, paperwork. See ya, hassles. Goodbye, not knowing. When you're ready for a modern mortgage experience, say hello to the Arvest Home for Me app. With Home for Me, you can get pre-qualified, upload paperwork, and track your loan's progress, all from your phone, and all with the support of a dedicated lender. Home for Me simplifies the mortgage process, and it's only from Arvest Bank. Goodbye, limits. Hello, possibilities. Arvest Bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Shawnee Wolves football is on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Welcome back inside the Sovereign Bank broadcast booth here on the campus of Oklahoma Baptist University as we get set to start the fourth quarter of play. Clock is running. It is Carl Albert 63, Shawnee 0. Carl Albert again continues their trend of scoring more points in each game that they play, scoring more points than the last. That handoff goes up the middle and goes nowhere as number 21 for the Wolves, Dawson McDaniel, was wrapped up and brought down for a loss of about 2. Second down, 12 to go now for Shawnee. Zyron Campbell in at quarterback. He's been in since about halfway through that third quarter. Campbell's pass is incomplete, intended for number 15, who again I don't have a name for. So now it's third down and 12. Even on incomplete passes, the clock is running, so we do have a fairly true hot clock now. That'll only stop in the event of a timeout or a injury. Here's Campbell. He's going to heave this one deep, and that pass is going to be incomplete. That was intended for number 84, Darren Sheeter. The officials really, unless it's something that's absolutely necessary, not wanting to throw the flag. Shawnee got away with a couple false starts on that last play, but the officials just not wanting to throw a flag, not wanting to elongate this game at all. Clock running. 10 minutes to go now here in this one, and there's a punt by Williams. It'll be taken at the 49-yard line in Shawnee territory by number 25. That's Christian Oku, and Oku making guys miss, bouncing off a few guys and taking it in to Carl Albert territory, down inside the 40 to about the 38. Quentin Trapp making the stop. It will be Carl Albert with the 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line in Shawnee territory. Wolves still with some of their starting defenders in the game. Handoff goes to number 23, Young, and he's brought down in the backfield. Tackle for loss there for the Wolves, as DeMario Joyner came up with the stop for Shawnee. 2nd down, 11 now coming up for Carl Albert. Second and 11. Carl Albert just letting the clock run down. Not wanting to move fast anymore. Again, there's a lot of familiarity with these staffs. I'll get into that here in just a second after this play. 2nd and 11. Ferris hands off to Young. Young up the middle, runs into his own lineman, then is brought down after a short gain, if anything, on the play. Might have gotten back to the 38-yard line. But Jason Madonna, along with Tyler Harrison and Coach J.R. Moore, they all went actually to Carl Albert when they were in high school. And Coach Madonna, he and Mike Dunn were the head coach for Carl Albert. They were really close and still are really close. They are good friends. They were only a year apart in school, played together. They've coached together. Mike Dunn, who was over at Del City for several years, he brought on Jason Madonna after Madonna's first stint at Bethel, and he really was able to kind of regain his footing as a great play caller under Mike Dunn at Del City. Young with another carry there for Carl Albert, as he was able to get across the 35 down to the 34-yard line. In fact, when I was getting information for Carl Albert from Carl Albert this week in preparation of this game, Coach Dunn had a lot of good words and good things to say about the way that the program is going. Obviously, you know, the score isn't looking great right now, but one thing that he said that I just really liked, and it was all unprompted, I'll tell you after this play. Here on 4th down, high snap, Ferris gets it, hands off to Young. Young wrapped up and brought down. That'll be another turnover on downs as Jason Hare comes up with the stop on Young. And it'll be a turnover on downs, and Shawnee will take over at the 37-yard line. So it will be Wolves football after that turnover on downs. And as the two teams switch possession here, I want to read that quote that Coach Dunn sent me. He said, "I've been very impressed by the new overall look of the Shawnee Wolves. I've watched every live stream, and you can definitely tell a big difference from last year to now. I know the overall record doesn't quite show the fruits of the labor, but I know the people close to the program can see a difference. Coach Madonna has got a young group out there, and they're going to continue to get better and better." Coach Mike Dunn is one of the best coaches in the state of Oklahoma. There's no doubt about that. Won the state championship last year, has been in the playoffs consistently in his time as a head coach. So anytime you're able to get some praise like that, it's really good to hear. It's really nice. New quarterback in for the Wolves, as that is number 29 in there for Shawnee, Isaiah Carter. So Carter getting some run at quarterback. On the roster I have, he's actually listed as a wide receiver, but hey, getting some run here at quarterback too. Down to about 6 minutes to go here in regulation. Keno Citizen comes limping off. 3 receivers to the left. Handoff goes up the middle, and that's a fumble as Trapp fumbles, and it is jumped on by the Titans. Number 15, LeBron Royal, jumps on it for Carl Albert. Quentin Trapp just loose with the football. Had it poked away. And it was recovered by Royal at the 39-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Carl Albert at the Shawnee 39. Two receivers to the right side, 1 receiver to the left. Ferris in at quarterback still. He'll hand off to Young. Young goes up the middle, breaks some tackles, gets into the open field, and Young is going to be brought down, not brought down actually, as he gets into the end zone for the score. And Carl Albert now with an opportunity to put 70 on the board with the extra point pending. And at this point, I mean, Carl Albert's not throwing the ball. They're not doing anything crazy. They're simply just running the ball up the middle, and Shawnee's just unable to tackle them. And, you know, especially when you get a backup in there like Carl Vion Young, you can't tell him not to score. He's going to try to get his highlights, get his film on tape, show what he can do as well. And so, you know, Shawnee's just got to do a better job tackling. Extra point by Caleb Gonzalez is up and good. Makes it 70-0 now in favor of Carl Albert. It'll be interesting to go back and look this weekend because I think that this is going to be one of the worst losses Shawnee's faced in an awfully long time. Even when they were up in 6A, I don't remember them having too many 70-0 games. I think there was a game might have been against Bixby where it was like 63-0 or something like that, but I don't remember too many like this. Clock continues to roll, and it's under 4 to go. Carter back there along with number 15, who I don't have a name for. Gonzalez gets the ball teed up. Game clock now down to approaching 3 minutes. Gonzalez has it teed up. Ball falls off the tee. It looks like they're just going to attempt a little pooch kick here. And now Gonzalez will walk it off, and he will work on his little pooch kick right here. There is the pooch kick, and it will be taken by Trapp at the 29-yard line. Trapp breaks a couple tackles, and Trapp goes forward and gets to the 39-yard line. So it'll be first down for Shawnee at the 38-yard line. Clock running. 2:13 to go here in this one. And there is number 29 with it for the Wolves as he's run out of bounds. Gets it up to the 43-yard line. It'll be second down. There's a snap and a bad exchange as Trapp now running backwards, and Trapp brought down. He was brought down by his face mask, and that will be a face mask penalty. Trapp, though, ended up running backwards before he was brought down, so that'll be 15 upcoming here for the Wolves after that rush and face mask penalty. It will be a penalty against the Titans. It'll be a face mask. It'll be spotted in Carl Albert territory at the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wolves. As we're approaching a minute to go, there's Trapp with it again, and he goes nowhere as he gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Shawnee probably needs to just run one more play, and then they will be able to kill the clock if they wish. Two receivers each side. Low snap. Carter's going to run with it. Carter trying to get to the edge, and he jumps out of bounds. Gets across the 45, or right to the 44-yard line. And that will be it. I believe that'll be the final play of the game unless Shawnee's able to run one more. They do get one more snap off. And it will be number 29 who's still dancing around, and he goes nowhere. Maybe got a yard out of that. And that will do it for this one as the Shawnee Wolves fall to the Carl Albert Titans by a score of 70-0. Wow, I mean, really from the get-go, it was all Carl Albert. It started off with a big pass play down the sideline, and then from there it was just Carl Albert exerting their dominance, showing why they are considered the best team in the state, regardless of class. The coaches who are very familiar with one another, know each other very well, meeting at midfield to shake hands, give hugs. Again, a lot of these guys either went to school together. I know Coach Harrison on the Shawnee staff, he was telling me before the game, he was actually coached by some of the assistants on Carl Albert's team when he was in high school. So, I mean, these two staffs go way back. Carl Albert is the program everybody's trying to get to. Carl Albert's what Shawnee's trying to attain. They're trying to implement some things that Carl Albert does to where that expectation of success is there throughout the entire athletics program. And so it's a long way to go. Shawnee's rebuilding. They're rebuilding facilities. They're rebuilding teams. And we will see, over the next few years if they can get this program, not just this football program, but get all the athletics up to the level that they want them to be at and the levels that they've been before, which is state championship contending levels. Shawnee's won state championships in football. Shawnee's won state championships in basketball on the girls' side. The boys' side has been a regular, at one time was a regular state tournament team. So, there are things that can be done and things that need to be done for these two teams, or for this team and for the Shawnee Athletics to get where they want to go. But they believe, and I believe, that they have the right people in place to do that. So the Wolves come over to the sideline for the alma mater, and while they do that, let's go ahead and run through some of those post-game numbers for you. First off, for the Carl Albert Titans, 298 yards on the ground, 107 yards through the air, 5 penalties, 59 yards for Carl Albert. They were 5 of 7 on third down. Individually, Xavier Robinson, 13 carries, 135 yards, 3 scores. Kevin Sperry with 5 carries, 92 yards. a couple of touchdowns. Carl Young, Caden Davis, Cash Ferris also all scoring on the ground. Kevin Sperry Jr., leading passer, only guy to throw a pass for Carl Albert. He was 7 of 13, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Trine Washington, leading receiver, 3 catches, 62 yards, had the 1 score. In the kick game, Tristan Haynes had the 1 big punt return. It was 87 yards, and he took it to the house for a touchdown. Looking at the Shawnee numbers now, the Wolves, 19 yards on the ground, 102 yards through the air. They had 7 penalties for 66 yards. They were 2 of 18 on third down, 1 of 4 on third down. Looking at the individual numbers now for the Wolves, Dietrich Beavers, 11 carries, 21 yards. Passing-wise, Jameer Owens, 12 of 22, 102 yards. No touchdowns, did have a pair of interceptions as well. Dietrich Beavers, 4 catches, 27 yards for the Wolves, and the leading tackler for Shawnee by my count was Beavers, along with Day Shaw. Both of them had 5 tackles by my count. So the Wolves fall tonight 70-0 to the Carl Albert Titans. Shawnee drops to 1-4 overall, 0-2 in district play. The Wolves, though, they'll be back in action next week as they take on the John Marshall Bears right back here inside Crane Family Stadium on the campus of OBU. The Wolves were able to do some good things at times and put some stuff on tape that I think they can build off of, and they will need the opportunity. They will have to do that next week as they take on a John Marshall team who came into this week winless. Not sure what they did or what they're going to do this week because I believe they play tomorrow night, but the Bears winless currently, and we will see if the Wolves can get back in the win column next week. That game will be next Friday night on October the 6th. It'll be at 7 o'clock here inside Crane Family Stadium, and it is also homecoming for the Wolves. We will have all the action for you, beginning with the Coach's Corner at 6:05. You can find the game on KGFF, which is 100.9 FM, 1450 AM. We'll also be streaming online at kgff.com, and then, of course, we will have our live Facebook feed at the KGFF Facebook page. So that's going to do it for us this evening as the Wolves fall to the Carl Albert Titans tonight by a score of 70-0. Shawnee now 1-4 overall and 0-2 in district play. For everybody back in the KGFF studios and my cameraman tonight, Gage Lord, thanks for listening, and I will talk to you next week right here on KGFF.
Golf tip number 1 is to relax and have fun. Fire Lake Golf